Television, be it analog or digital, is one form of media. Another one, of course, is your favorite newspaper. You may think that in order to have a rich work experience as an editor, you need to work for a national or even international newspaper. But that is not true. Working for the local media can be just as interesting and humorous, as you will learn when Laura Pierce, editor of the Kent Reporter, shares details from her life as a small-town newspaper editor.
I've always liked what Mark Twain said about being a newspaper editor. I am not an editor of a newspaper and shall always try to do right and be good so that God will not make me one. That thought occurred to me several years ago as I was dancing in a Christmas parade, dressed as a giant gift box. I had a bow on my head and I was blowing a horn. It was pouring down rain and the battery-operated lights in my box kept going out. Why was I doing this? Because I was the town's newspaper editor, that's why. You do things like this to be part of the community. And okay, I did kind of like the giant bow. Being an editor entails more than just editing. When you're working on a small paper, you're out there with your readers. And that's partly because you don't have security guards to slow some of them down before they find your office. But it's also because you're there, just a few feet off the sidewalk, sitting in the town you cover. It's their town, and you're there on borrowed time. If your door is open long enough, readers will start coming in and asking you to do things. And this is a good thing most of the time. And in my career, these have included, but they're not limited to, the following. Organizing a high school dance with an Under the Sea theme. I never thought I'd be buying fishnet by the gross, but there I was at a junkyard with the dance just a few hours away. We managed to scrape the rotting fish scales off in time. Working a 7 a.m. career fair to an audience of 3, one of whom kept mimicking me. Chaperoning a high school class to Hawaii. Okay, no complaints there. Hauling buckets of raw emu guts to a community haunted house. Never again. Taking pictures of a family reunion because I couldn't find a real photographer. Well, I had no idea who anyone was, but I did get a great lunch out of it. And finally, standing on a flatbed truck, dressed in outlandish clothing, heaving candy at people. Yes, another parade. But there was a party afterwards, and I didn't have to dance this time. So all right, maybe these things aren't things that Mark Twain would relish about a life in print. But if you think about it, it's been one hell of an adventure. And maybe my extended family seems just a little bigger these days. And I did get first place as a dancing gift box. So take that, Mr. Twain.